Hello, this is Tim Lloyd again for GMAT.cz, part of Gain Access in Prague in the Czech Republic. This is question 13 from our online assessment test, which is free for all those who would like to try and take one of our courses. Question 13, I decided to put a lot of wording in there so that you have to practice actually translating wording into math, key skill for GMAT. Looks scary, but with practice it will become easy. Now, Fred is a superstar salesman. He gets 8% of his total sales. Good job, Fred. Okay. The others, not quite so confident. They get a $500 basic plus 4% of 1,000 less than their total sales. And this question is all going to be about, all right, how much did they earn on if they were to have sold the same as Fred? So in other words, the key step here is to actually be able to calculate Fred's total sales and then put that into the second equation. If you're not sure where that comes from, read the question a few times and then rewatch that part. Now, T-Fred is a logical variable. 8% in terms of math is 8 over 100. I always work with fractions unless it's impossible, simply because I have no calculator and fractions are easy to manipulate. Fred earns $5,000. Okay, congratulations, Fred. Now, to work out how much he sold in order to earn that $5,000, we simply cross-multiply by our fraction. So we multiply the 5,000 by 100, and we divide that by 8, as you're going to see here. You could have done some other cancellation earlier on, but one way or another, these numbers always cancel out. The working comes down to 62,500. Thank you, Tim. So if you need to calculate that on paper, go ahead, pause the video, do some scratch work. Okay, now this 62,500 represents Ted's total sales so that he could earn a $5,000 wage pack. This 62,500, very simply, we're going to put that into the second equation so that we can calculate how much the other salespeople took home. Okay, so we have 500 plus, again, 4 over 100. You could cancel that to 1 over 25. All our students learn very quickly the most common conversions of such things into fractions. We are now subtracting 1,000 from 62,500. Okay, and that will be, just 1 second, you'll see the way that we line up our calculation. 500 stays the same. We must not forget that 500. We'll talk about that in a minute. I've decided to leave the 100 here because I know I'm going to get a lot of zeros. Notice I haven't multiplied out straight away either. Okay, so it's 4 times 61,500 divided by 100. I'm going to cancel the hundreds now, so it's 4 times 615. And if needs be, work that out, pause the video. It's 2,460. Now, if that answer choice is acceptable for you and you choose that as your final answer, you're going to get the answer wrong, which is a shame after all that working. Always, always, always double check what the question is. Always see whether you're just rushing into an answer choice simply because you're excited, because you see it from your working, and then go back and say, hold on a second here. I'm not going to confirm this answer yet. I'm going to check, have I forgotten something? Because very often you're to be doing part of a calculation away from the main calculation. So here, of course, we need to add the 500 to this 2,460. And the result is, come on, Tim, what's the result? It is 2,960. So quite a lot less in terms of a wage for these other salespeople. Anyway, there you go. Answer choice C. If you need to watch this a couple of times, go for it. Word problems take a little bit of getting used to, especially if you're not a native. So build yourself up, learn from your mistakes. This is Tim Lloyd from GMAT.cz. The next question we're going to do is question 14, the penultimate on the assessment test for the math, and I'll show you 2 methods to solve it. Thank you very much.